It's like a pizza crunch without the batter. It's like the wood juice without the water. You'll never get the knickers off her. Fucking chance. Premeditated batter. Premeditated batter.
This episode is sponsored by MK Meal Prep. Oh you watching this, fucking talking to you. I'm not talking to any cunt else. I'm not talking to your fucking scabby dog. Or your fucking slaggy your missus. I'm talking to you. No, kidding on. I would never talk to anybody that watches this podcast like that. Unless you're a troll. Trolls are strange people. Strange people. It's weird. You wonder what goes on in your life, right? When you're... See, to be honest, I've probably been there myself. That way you're feeling shy, your life isn't going the way you want it to go. Working a dead-end shite job. Maybe you're rough. Maybe you've got a come down. Maybe your boss is a wanker. You're too shit scared to go to another job. Or maybe you stay with your mum and dad and they're giving you shit because you're like 40-year-old. You're still a virgin. You're using up all the gas and lecky, you don't pay fuck all to the bills. You eat a pack of peanuts every fortnight. You're skinny, you're wasting away, you don't lash. You're like the BO is like welded to your oaksters. It's like a musky, pungent smell. That kind of smell that it sticks in your nostrils. You ever smelt a cunt like that? Or when you smell somebody and it's like smelling salts, it's like you've got a dint off it, you're kind of paralysed. Imagine this like CS gas. You ever been sprayed with CS gas? I've no, but I've smelt a stinking cunt before. And cunts have stank. But you're oblivious to it. See, if you ever smelt a BO, every cunt smelt a BO once in their life. Come on, there's one time maybe we've got a bit of deodorant on, or we've no way to the shop and go with it, or whatever reason, but everybody's stank at one point in their life. That's unavoidable, right? But it's up to you what you do with it. Do you stay stank? Or do you sort it out? And for a lot of us, we sort it out because we've got self-respect, we've got dignity, we care about how we smell. It's not so much we care what other people think, we just care about other people enough that we don't want to burden one of their senses with us being a dirty, manky, smelly bastard. And you don't realise you stink, don't you know? You don't really realise, you're like, oh, stinking a BO, but you're absolutely reeking it, but you don't realise. So that's what I imagine being a troll must be like. You're just oblivious to all the shite that's in your life. Or there's that much shite in your life and you're that much a worse cunt. You've no got it in you just to fucking get up and do something about it. So it gets to a point you kind of just learn to block it out. But you can't just block it out. You need to channel that energy somewhere. So then you go into like social media. And it's almost like a perfect storm for some of these cunts. You go on social media and, I don't know, you see something you don't like and you're like, I don't like it. Rather than just scrolling by it and you'll probably forget about it in like the next 5-10 seconds because that's what the human attention span is nowadays. It's like a matter of seconds and you forget what you're looking at. But nah, man, a lot of these cunts, they feel a need to say something. Say they need to verbalise their disdain with what they've just saw. And I could understand, see, there's been some fucked up shit I've seen on Facebook or the likes of it, and you're just like, why is that on this? How is that fucking even a video? Who's letting this happen? And maybe you're like, what the fuck? No, I kind of made myself in. Maybe in the younger years I was a bit more vocal. But the fact that you're going out your way to comment how much you don't like something just shows deep down there's something you don't like about yourself. But see, the thing is with these social media things, with fucking Instagram, TikTok, or the rest of it, like the trolls always win. You realise that? Like a troll can write whatever the fuck he wants. There can be as many of them doing it as they want. And fuck all usually happens. More often than not, I'd say about 95% of the time, fuck all happens. The odd comment might not get through, but I say odd, like O-double-D, capital letters, odd. But the minute you reply back to these cunts, you're automatically like fucking reported. Oh, it's been taken down, bullying and harassment. Oh, you lose access to your account. It's a fucking pure joke. Look, I want to know what, see these social media accounts, right? Because, right, as far as I'm aware, Facebook owns Instagram, so they're probably kind of under the same umbrella. But TikTok, isn't it? Twitter, I've not had much hassle off Twitter yet. But you wonder with these cunts, what they define as bullying and harassment. Because in my definition, and I'm based mine, I have the dictionary definition, like the blatantly obvious definition. I'm not just fucking redefining it for myself. You're bullying and harassing somebody, you're fucking bullying them, you're harassing them, you're giving them verbal abuse, you're saying shit to them, you're bringing them down effectively. But when you get banned for replying back, and half the time you're not even fucking, like, bullying to me is like, it's like aggressive to a degree, it's repetitive. But I don't know how these cunts define the word, because I'm doing a 30-day ban off Facebook. I get banned for doing a video of Ravy Davey. He was sat next to a fridge, and I captioned it. I didn't caption the video. I done it like the wee seen TikTok. You can do like a wee voiceover, and it said, "When you're that fat, you guard the fridge." I get a week's ban for that, and I was like, "Right, yeah, appeal it," but they say, "Oh, cause of COVID, they've not got enough people looking at it." But you think to yourself, are these cunts not working for him anyway? Because of COVID, we're just not going to bother our arse. We're just going to ban you. So they give you now on Facebook this option to appeal to this committee, and it's an independent body, and you write out your wee fucking form and all that shit, man. It's like filling out a crisis loan or something, and you need to say, oh, why? Basically the reason, like, oh, if they've misunderstood the context of your fucking post, is it, was it too harsh, the punishment, this and that, and you need to write as if, it's like a fucking lawyer's letter or something, man. It's like you're writing a letter to the fucking judge, oh, please let me back. But even they say they're like, right, all the appeals they receive, they like select a handful. So it's not even a case of you're going to get seen, even if they were to see it and go, nah, you'll get it back. So a week later, I was back on Facebook for a matter of hours, and I posted a video. If anybody follows my social media, see if you're watching this and you don't follow my social media, then what the fuck are you doing here? Don't go anywhere, obviously, still stay here, but get onto my social media, that's where the magic happens. But, fuck was I saying there? But aye, about fucking, the day my ban came up, like a couple of hours later, I get banned for another video. Basically, it's in TikTok, you can obviously stitch videos. So I took a video with this guy, and it was like a video, he was in the gym with his bird, and he's like, when you've no smelling salts. So he basically sticks his fingers up his bird's arse, rubs it, and smells his fingers. Fucking clatty bastard, right? And I basically done a stitch it, and I says, I bet you her fanny's fucking stinking. And bullying and harassment, 30-day ban. And I get banned off TikTok last night. This was like a week ago. Got a 30-day ban off Facebook, so that's me Facebook jail again. I've been in Facebook jail more times than I've been in the fucking real jail. You know what? Unreal. Madness. But TikTok, I get a day's ban last night. It's weird with TikTok. I've had a few videos taken down, right? But see, when you appeal it with them, you'll get the chance to review it, and whether they'll review it or they'll reinstate the video or whatever. Say I've had about 5 videos taken down. I've had 4 of them reinstated. But even though they've reinstated it and says, right, there was a mistake, they still class that as like a warning. It's fucking ridiculous. So fucking first world problems, Can't post on TikTok. It's a sad fucking sorry state of affairs to be in, what I'm moaning about not being able to post, but it's a promotional tool. I wanted to get my podcast out there, I want to get my music out there. I use it fucking just to get my stuff out there, build my platform, then when I'm releasing stuff, I've got a good enough audience I can release it onto. Because that's the beauty of the modern day age. Let's see, 10, 20 years ago, I'd have been fucked, man. I'd have been fucked, like, physically as well. I'd have been having to go everywhere, fucking up and down the country, fucking doing gigs, shit like that. I'd have had to try and go to meet mad fucking cunts in the BBC or whatever, all that shit. It's like, it'd have been a fucking nightmare. And would I have been successful? I don't know. You're very, very lucky if you are. It's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not what you've got, it's who you've got, I suppose. But now the power's in our hands. We can build our own platforms. We can fucking say whatever we want within reason. I mean, we can create our content and put it out. We don't need to go through, jump over all these fucking hurdles. But now they're starting to set up some hurdles, and it's like, it's beginning to get a pain in the arse. And I wouldn't be bothered, right? See if it was a case of, right, this is the rules. If you disobey the rules, you're fucking banned, whatever. And that applied to everybody, I'd be fine with that. But what I'm not fine with is, look, say for instance, I had like a TikTok account with like 30,000 followers, and I've spoken about this before. I dressed up as a police, and me and Melrose, the Scottish rapper, we done a video, and I dressed up as a police, and he pushed me in the pond at Elder Park. I was the worst dressed police ever. I had a pair of fucking fake Yeezys on, a pair of school trousers, a fucking bear gauze zipper, I think it was, a fleece, and a high-vis vest with a pair of plastic handcuffs and a hat. You could see for a mile away I wasn't a real police. It was clearly a joke. I lost my account of that, banned for bullying and harassment. Right, you could clearly see it was me in the video. Then I even put it up on my other account, so I got a new account. I had to get a new account because they banned my fucking TikTok account. So I got a new account, and I put it up, taken down again, bullying and harassment. Just couldn't get it up. Story of my life. But then I was on TikTok and I seen a video, right? And you might have seen it before. The police is chasing a guy and they're lit at a pier, and there's somebody videoing it. It's a real copper. And he's chasing the cunt, and this cunt runs, and he runs along to the end of the pier, and the pier's out to like the sea. And the copper follows him, he chases him, and they get to the end of the pier, and they start wrestling, and the cunt fucks the copper in the sea and runs away. That popped up at like 1 million views. That didn't get taken down. So see, it's shit like that, and along with the trolls and all that, see if you fucking do videos slagging the trolls back, you get banned for bullying, but they can comment whatever the fuck they want, tell you to kill yourself and all that. It's like, where is the... They honestly, they just love letting the trolls win. And the idea of these fucking guidelines is to protect people. Like, if you're banning some cunt for getting somebody back that's getting them shite, like, I'm not talking about me in this case because I don't give a fuck. I'm old enough where I've went long enough without all this shit that it isn't the be all and end all of my life like some people. Some people are so invested in this it would kill them if they were to lose it. I've always kept myself, as much as I enjoy using it, as much as I get annoyed and I get banned and that, which is frustrating, I always kind of remind myself, don't fucking burden yourself to the point where if you lose it, that you'd be fucking devastated. You just need to go on, mate, because these things can get taken away from you like fucking that. It's been proven. Cunts are losing accounts there, fuck all. So it's, as much as investing the time into it, don't invest your emotions into it too much, man, because it will fucking destroy you every time. But for the likes of some people that are invested like that, maybe younger generation, it's the be all and end all, these cunts are getting abuse. And no very many people can take it. You see some people and they're like greeting and all that. Oh my God, I can't believe what the trolls are saying. Me personally, I don't understand why people would do that, because I feel as if you're just asking for more. But I don't know, everybody's different. But some people can't take what cunts are saying in the comments. Some people have committed suicide off it, cyberbullying. But what's getting done about it? Fuck all, you're banning the creators. No, the cunts commenting. Fuck's sake, 3 variations of the one word there. But aye, it's a bag of shite, so fuck it. But anyway, how you doing anyway, I like or not? I'm back in the night shift, fucking shite shift, man. Was up yesterday, got up at 8 o'clock yesterday morning, I was at night shift 8 o'clock at night. The reason will become clear. But I got up, I had to I wear a retainer, I used to have a brace. So for the past few years I've been wearing a retainer to keep my teeth in place, so I don't end up looking like a gummy bastard. But I had to go to Paisley to get my retainer picked up. So I was like, it was a nice day. It's been a nice few days, isn't it? And the rain started as soon as I get back to work. That's the way I like it. When it's nice when you're off and it pisses the rain when you fucking get back. It's a change for the old site days. I genuinely think like the construction game controls the weather. Because all during the week when you're at work, it's banging weather. Then the minute it hits the weekend, it's pissing down. More often than not. And you wonder, what, the weather doesn't know what day it is? As far as like the weather or whatever's concerned, that's an entity in itself. It's not even an entity, it's just a fucking thing. It happens. Like there's no set or 7 set days. The weather's not got a fucking calendar. You know what I mean? Like fucking the weekdays, the fucking concept of time, that's a man-made construct. So we've created 7-day week. You took away the thing we created, it's just a day. It's just, it goes daylight, sun, daylight, fucking hell. Daylight, night, daylight, night, daylight, night. That's it. So how the fuck does the weather know that 5 days it should be sunny, then 2 days it should piss down? Weird, innit? But to be honest, see with all the shit that's going on now, I would not be fucking surprised in the fucking slightest if that was to turn out to be true. Oh, we control the weather, by the way. Is that right? See, to be honest, if you found out the government controlled the weather, it wouldn't be the worst thing they fucking done. Fuck's sake. Add that to the fucking laundry. Control the weather and fucking put that down the bottom. Aye. MPs getting themselves a wee wage rise, I know. Madness, innit? Imagine working a job where you could give yourself a wage rise. I mean, imagine like, you're a labourer in a building site and you just went like one day, right, I'm getting up to 12 quid an hour. They're like, yeah, let's go up to 12 quid an hour, and it just happened. That would be fucking unheard of. For fuck's sake, working in a building site, you're lucky to get the wage you worked for. Never mind fucking wage rises. Fuck's sake, off these fucking construction mobs, honestly, God, it's the biggest scumbags you'll ever meet. Shut up. Make you bust your ass, man, then fuck you at your wage. It's disgraceful, man. And then it's like, and if you do a shite job, you're getting binned. These MPs are fucking the country up the bumhole, and they're getting a wage rise. It honestly seems too ridiculous to be real, doesn't it? Like the way the world is now, it's a fucking, I've been saying it's a mad time. It's insane. But take the positives for it. We live in a universe where anything's possible. If all this shit can happen, all the bad shit, COVID, lockdown, possible world war, fucking Vladimir Putin just blowing the fuck out of Ukraine, MPs fucking getting paid off the Russians so they'll know what to say fuck all about them, getting themselves wage rises, fucking making cunts poorer, making the rich richer. See, if all this is possible, then all the positives are possible. Like me being a fucking super duper mega star with a podcast viewed by millions. People listening to my tunes, watching my sketches, watching the things I create. Possible, man. So if that's possible for me, it's equally as impossible for you. It's just a state of mind, man. Believe in yourself. Believe. I know I always sound dead preachy. It's weird how I go off like, it's like a fucking swinging pendulum, this podcast, innit? 1 minute I'm sitting bitching and moaning about trolls, and the next minute I'm saying believe in yourself. It's a variety. That's what I like. We need diversity. We need merit. See, talk about diversity. Couldn't just to say that. See, Ashley Banjo. Couldn't just to say I used to look like him. I would do a backflip now, man, but I don't want to snap my fucking back. My fucking fit's dodgy enough. Anybody that went to Bams to the Slaughter will know my fit is fucked. Well, they'll know unless I tell you. I done a backflip off the stage. It was a top that I hang Ravy done like a front flip, so I had to do a backflip. So I fucked my fit. And that's it. My fit's still fucked. That was about 28th of January. Fucking hell, man, that was nearly, would I say 2 months, a month and a half? Fucking hell, I must be broke. I broke my fit. But I was thinking about doing a Jails Tales Volume 2. Yeah, I know you liked it last time. But see, I'm weird. See, the amount of stories that happen in my life, I always forget shit. It's weird. See, cunts that you sit with and they'll tell you all the stories and all the shit that's happened in my life. I've never been one of the cunts. It usually takes something to spark something in my mind. And it's weird. So I was thinking after that last one, a lot of cunts were loving it for whatever reason. Somebody else told me as well, see, for people that maybe got to jail, to do like a wee tutorial with today kind of thing. I should do that. So first and foremost, my advice would be, don't get the jail. There's a start. But if you're obviously past that point, then fuck it, we need to piss with the cocks we've got. Or the fannies. But aye, my advice, man, just fucking take it in the chin. You go to jail, just keep your nose clean, innit? Thing is with jail, there's two types of people in the jail. There's people that take drugs and people that don't. You want to be in the category of people that don't. Especially now. See, like a couple of years ago, it was usually like fucking pre-gabbas and that. It's like pre-gabba. I think it's fucking, I don't really know what a pre-gabba is, to be honest. Is it an antidepressant or something? Cunts take it, it gets their time by. That and Subutex. So Subutex, that was basically like a kind of, like methadone, see, a substitute for heroin, but apparently when you take it, it blocks all the receptors that heroin would work on. So say if you took your own Subutex, you would take smack and when you get it done, basically so the receptors are blocked. But what cunts used to do is hold it back, so they'd fling it in their mouth and like hold it under their tongue or whatever they do. They're quite ingenious at these methods. But they would do that and then they would take it back and sit, and it's like a wee fucking, I've never really actually seen it in person because I've never took it. But it's like a wee pill, and cunts would crush it up and that. You would half it, quarter it and all that and sell it for like, I don't know, like a fucking, this is back when you used to get tobacco. So it'd be like a half quarter like amber leaf and you'd sell like an 8 feet or something. Is that, I could be wrong with the prices. I never did buy it. I just remember picking up cunts talk about it. But apparently if you crushed it up and sniffed it, it was kind of like taking gear, like that kind of same dunt and that. But the come down was a fucking cunt. For what I seen people with no coming out behind their door and that. Like for the next day and that shit, it just fucked you up. But what the SPS done in its infinite wisdom, or like the health service, like they worked obviously together, they made it. Started making it with glucose, because obviously new cunts were holding it back. Cunts would get caught holding it back and that kind of stuff. So now they make it with glucose, so you can't crush it up. But what people do now is, if they get it, they'll stick it up their nose, and like jam it up their nose, and then see when it starts dissolving, that's when it's almost like, see what cunts that stick tobacco up in their teeth? That's kind of what it's like. But very seldom has some cunt got subby. It's all that legal now. And that's my next point. See if you get to jail, do not, and I repeat, do not take legal. You will fucking regret it. It's changed some cunts' lives for the worse. Some cunts' lives will never be the same again after taking it. And you've got cunts in there that'll be like, it's just like getting stoned. Bollocks. Is it fuck? Maybe it feels like you're stoned. Maybe it feels like it, but it's no like smoking green. And I'm not saying smoking green's good, but that's one of the drugs. You can smoke green, and a very small percentage of people will suffer like long-term side effects of it. The majority of people will be alright after it. With legal, that ratio is dramatically worse. Like, there's people, I remember when I was in there, and actually, I'll mention this now, I wrote a tune called Karma, and that's coming out this Saturday on Up to Standards YouTube channel. So Saturday, that's a tune I wrote in the jail. Saturday, I'll leave the link in the description. But the reason why I mention this, because it was the night before I found out I was getting my tag. I was kept up all night, and it was one of the nights I just couldn't sleep, and it was cause of this cunt down the stair. So I was in the second flat, right, in B Hall, and down the stair for me was the suicide cells. So what would happen a lot with cunts, a lot of people would flood their gaffs, they'd flood their rooms, so they'd jam all the fucking plug holes and that, fucking flush the toilet, turn the taps on, and flood their Peter. So some cunt up the stair flooded his room. I could hear it trickling down and that. And so he's been packed in the suicide cell underneath me. And this cunt, honest to God, man, you'd have thought there was a fucking gorilla hanging out of him, man. It was bouncing off, it was kicking the door, screaming. He was shouting at his cell, having full-blown conversation with his cell all night. Like, this is, because usually, like, when you're in a jail, you would get locked up at 9 o'clock, and that would be you for the rest of the night, like the screws went home. But because of COVID, it was a different regime. So basically, what would happen with the screws regime, there would be one shift, this is normally, one shift would come in at like 6 in the morning, and they'd work till like 12, 1 o'clock, and then they'd switch. So the back shift would come in about like 1 o'clock, I think it was, and they'd work till 9. So it's like any kind of split shift if you work that kind of shit. But during the COVID regime, obviously they didn't want the 2 shifts mingling. They wanted to kind of limit how many people were coming in and out of the jail. So one shift would come in at 6 and do a 12-hour shift and finish at 6. Which is great news to find out when you've been out of jail for ages and you come back in and now you're getting told you're dubbed up at 6. Because basically, see when I talk about the older regime, I think it's back to normal now, but see the old regime with the split shifts, see the back shift of the week, so say Monday to Friday that worked 1 to 9, they would work the weekend, and the weekend was like, I don't know, 8 till 5, 8 till 6. So basically, the regime had changed to that every day was like basically a weekend shift. There was one shift they would work and finish at 6, finish early. And I don't know about some people, but see the weekends, for me, they fucking dragged in the jail. Because you think it this way, right? If you've never been in the jail, I think it this way. You've no got Netflix, you've no got YouTube, you've got fucking Freeview telly. And if you're lucky enough to have a TV mag, if you're no, you're fucked because you need to just flick through and guess. If you're lucky enough to be in your cell, fair dues, you can chug away. If you're in with some cunt, think it this way, there's some of you that probably don't even spend that amount of time with your missus or your wains as somebody would spend with a co-pilot in the jail. Because think it this way, look, and I'm not trying to fucking play the sympathy card in here. You get to jail, it's your own fault, simple as that. You know what I mean? You need to just fucking take what happens with it. But I think it this way, you're in with some cunt that you've more than likely never met. Somebody you probably wouldn't even fucking associate with outside, but you need to because you're in there. No saying that there maybe a bad cunt of that, but you're more likely to get hit with a stoter than you're a sound cunt. But you're in with this cunt 24/7. The odd time you get a away feature, if you maybe go to the gym or go for a shower, but that's like an hour, a 10-minute, fucking 20-minute away feature, then you're back. You're listening to this cunt smelling his farts, you're listening to him burping. See all the wee annoying things people do, like fucking does my nothing. Just doing shit, like I remember, I was in Berlin, it was a few years ago, and I was in with this boy Pat for, is it Temple? And he was in for a gunman, and he was in remanded for sentencing, so he'd been found guilty. So I was only in, that was a weird thing as well. See, every time I go remanded, I always get dubbed up with a sound cunt for like a week, but they were always waiting to either get out, go to court and get sentenced and that, whereas I was just starting my remand. So with Pat, I was dubbed up with him for like a week, and then he went up to fucking court and get sentenced. So that was him away, so I was in the remand hall. So obviously in C Hall in Berlin, it was quite a high turnaround at this point, so you were like, I think you had a night, maybe a night myself, and then both I got this fucking banger of a guy, man. Can't mind his name. But he came up for the suicide cells, and basically, I think he told the screws that he tried to kill himself a few years ago, so they fucked him right in the suicide cells, which is a great idea, because if somebody's feeling suicidal, let's put them in a room where the light doesn't go off and check on them every 15 minutes. that'll make them better. So he was out down there then for the first couple of days, and he came up, man, and I just got up, and I'm like, man, how you doing, mate? Listen, I think myself, we're in the same boat. I'm not going to mistreat somebody. I'm going to try and treat him respect. It was just shit he was doing. He's fucking so annoying. I gave him a shot at a book and all that. I was reading the book, and then when he finished it, he pure slapped the fucking page. He got like, done. And it was just like, see, back then, I was a moany bastard, right? See, the last sentence there, that was when, see, before every other time I had a co-pilot, I was just a moany cunt. I just turned into a pure moany cunt. So I used to clean the gaff and all that shit, and it was fucking, and if somebody wasn't pulling their weight, I'd get fucking moaning at. Like, the last sentence I done, I was kind of like, right, wait a minute, I need to kind of focus on myself. This cunt's in this with me as well. I can't be moaning at him, making it worse. But this guy, man, he just said a weird fucking view of things, man, and he was fucking a pain in the arse, man. It was just, and he was talking about what he was in for and all that, and some people just, when they get to jail, they've no concept that they've broke the law, so they've landed themselves in the jail. They feel as if, like this guy, he was out in bail. What did he do? He was out in bail for a serious assault, but whilst out in bail, he arranged to meet a guy at fucking eBay and rob him with an iPhone that the guy thought he was selling. So, he was out in bail for a serious assault and fucking get done with an assault and robbery. But he was under the impression that, oh, fuck, as if he get fucked here, like with the court. And we were talking about things that will happen maybe a few months down the line and all that shit, just like life. He's like, oh, I'll definitely about by then. As if like, oh, aye, there's no well been by then. I'm thinking, man, you're fucking delusional, you can. But there's so many people like that, it's like, see, because it's such a shock to them getting to jail, because you get like that, see, when I was younger, see, when you get like bail for a couple of things, you think to yourself, I'll never get to jail. And then when you do get to jail, it's like a shock to the system. But that initial shock, you feel as if, all right, that's it. That's the shock I've been put in here. Like, it's not going to get worse. But you realise, like, wait a minute, you're fucking more than likely going to get some time added on. You're going to spend a bit of time in here, and you need to fucking face it, accept it. And that's the thing is, that's the advice I give to people. See, when you're in the jail, it's like, accept where you are. Stop thinking about what's going on outside, because it will drive you nuts. And it's alright for me to say that. I've got no wains, I've not got a bird. I couldn't imagine some cunt having a bird. Unless you've got a good relationship. But some cunts with their birds, man, Jesus fuck. I don't know if it's the guy or it's the lassie, but some cunts are like, you should go on Jeremy Kyle, mate. Well, some cunts are fucking paranoid, right? Phone their birds like 60 times a day and all that shit. You're like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? But, aye. Get it in your head. You're in the jail until you're out the jail. You're in there until you're out. It sounds simple, but it's as simple as that. There's no point in thinking about, what's going on outside, or that you're missing this birthday, or you're missing that, or you're not seeing this. Forget it. Because thinking about it isn't going to get you out. Nothing's getting you out. You get out when you get out. And nothing's going to change that. You maybe get a tag, or maybe go out for court, but until you get to that date and that happens, you're in there. You can't think magic yourself out by fucking thinking. It's just going to drive you nuts. And it's I think it's just because I've done a good few years, I can kind of switch that on. I've learned to do it. And you just need to accept that this is your world. See all this out here, this is fucking irrelevant. And obviously, check up your family and that kind of stuff. Keep in touch with people, because that does get you through it. But seriously, man, it's like the jail's your world, and it's like a different wee world, because you're shut off everybody. You're shut off the outside world. You can talk to people, you can see them, but it's like a different reality. You're in just a totally different world, and you need to accept for the time you're there, that is your world. Like, this doesn't matter. This is secondary out here. And there's no point in thinking about it. No point in thinking about what you could do and all that shit. Obviously, think about what you can do when you get out, but don't think about well, I could have been doing this. Mate, I know. Use it wisely. That's the thing is, it can either be the making you, the breaking you. It's just like anything. It's up to you what you want to do with it. You gotta let it bust you. You gotta go in, fucking end up with a heavy habit, and come out worse than you went in, and end up probably back out doing stupid shit, then back in, then it's just a cycle. Or are you gonna be a smart cunt about it? You gotta go like that, right? Look at the positives. I've got no pending cases. Masties. I've got no pending cases, right? I don't want to come back here. What do I want to do with my life? Mate, I know. You've got all the time in the world. Mate, I know. Find a hobby. Right, what do I want to do? Right, how am I going to do this? Do that. Use the time wisely, because nobody will have the time outside, in reality, that they'll have in the jail to sit and think. Because see, if I sit, see people don't work and that kind of stuff, even they can get up and go for a walk and distract themselves with something. They can get on it. They can do something. You can't do none of that. In the jail you can do some things, like go to the gym and that, but it's controlled. You know what I mean? You're going to spend a large portion of your sentence in a cell. So, and that's a lot of thinking time, because the telly doesn't distract you as well as you think it was. See, cunts all have got a telly, this and that. Listen, the telly's just a fucking noise in the room. Read. Get into reading, man. Read a lot of books. Get yourself in the library, man. Get as many books you can and read. See, reading, it's the best thing for it. Passes the time so well. See, do you like poetry? Write a short story. Be creative. Use your time wisely. If you're self-conscious about what you think, or people will think about you doing it, don't show any content. It's for you, nobody else. Channel that energy. Look, I'll be honest, see when I get to jail that last time there, see when I get remanded, I was fucking broken. That was the worst. I was worse than getting 4.5 years, getting remanded that time, because I was like, fuck. Because everything in life was going so well for us. And I was like, this is it, shattered. I was expecting a cut a year. I set myself up for a 4. I thought, see, my case, it like dragged on for like 2 years. So I had in my head, right, there's no way I'm getting to jail now. I convinced myself that everything was gone for me so well that this was the cherry in the cake. So I honestly see when I was getting up for my verdict, I'd planned my day. Alright, I'll go and get a wee sunbed, this and that. Jail wasn't even an option in my mind. And I get found guilty. And it was like, shit, it's like some cunt fucking stabbed us up the arse with a fucking rusty penis. And then I was like, fuck. But I'd been on bail for 2 years, so I was like, right. And even my lawyer, but we didn't think I was going to get remanded. And then the judge, she was like, kinda right. You've been found guilty, this and that. She's like, right, I'm thinking about what to do. Because she was talking about, see if you get found guilty, you plead to a crime. You're meant to have the case like adjourned for a few weeks so they can do background reports where a social worker, they'll come and do a report on you, see your background, see the kind of stuff you're doing. So it helps the judge make a more informed decision. But she was talking about not even doing this. And I'm like, whoa, fuck, what's happened to it? It was just, it flipped on its head so much. So she was like, right, because she was saying to my lawyer, I don't know what these reports can tell me that you can, but she just changed. She didn't matter get found guilty. She was all this nice, oh my god, wee mother figure. And then she just turned into a total bitch. At the time. In all fairness there. But then she was like, right, I'm going to remand you. And my heart just sank, and I was like, what the fuck? Like guilty then remanded? This wasn't even a thought in my mind. So when you're up for a verdict, right, and like one of the Reliance or the GOA, whatever the fuck they call them now, they stand next to you, no matter what's happening in court, like, so you could be up and getting bailed again, just in the off chance you jump out of the fucking dock and run. So as soon as she said remanded, the cunts put the cuffs on me, and I've just been taken through the door like, what the fuck, just shock, numbness, man. And he says to us that it's the fucking end of it knows this is the fucking worst thing these cunts say to you. We get through the other door, so he'll know setting in the court, obviously, because he can't, it's a court. But as soon as the door shuts, when he's taking you to the cells, that's obviously when he can actually speak to you, because they can't hear you. And he's like, fuck's sake, Biggie, I didn't think she was going to manage you now. And you're just like, neither did I, mate. I didn't want to fucking know that, mate. I didn't want to know you agreed with me. But it was that point, man, I was like, fuck, and it was sinking in. I was like, gee, this is fucked, I'm fucked. Because I took it through trial as well, and usually when you take something through trial and get found guilty, they fucking put the boot in you, man, because you've went to the expense of a trial. That's cost them thousands. Well, cost the taxpayer thousands. And plus, well, you don't get your discount. So I was like, fuck. But that's what I done. The first night I went up, and it was just, I was dubbed up with a boy Tam for fucking Clydebank, and I think he just went right to sleep. Like, it was like 4 o'clock, and that's when I found out like they done the dub up early, so I was like early dub up, and he just went right to sleep. So I was just lying in that tap bunk like, what the fuck? I was tap bunk. He was in the cell before me. I didn't get fucking tap bunked, all right. But and it was the fucking telly was on, the fucking Freeview. It was film 4, but see that way when you get an aerial in the back of your telly, an aerial shite, so it's all that kind of fuzzy, right? It was like that. It was Transformers 2 or something. I hate Transformers just purely because of the jail. It's always on. And I was just sitting like that. No, I'm back. I can't believe I'm back here. Because every time I go to the jail, I always tell myself I'm never going back. I'm never going back. And every time I went back, like that, fuck, I'm back. So that time I was like, I can't believe I'm back here, man. It's just, I was thinking about everything. It was like, and fucking, I was praying, man. Like, how can I get out of this? And what I done is I wrote the judge a letter that first night. I didn't finish it that night, but I just started writing, man, basically saying everything I had gone for us. Basically, fucking, but I was even writing it, and I was like, what the fuck, man? But I was like, fucking, what a cunt to a situation. But that was a 3-week remand, but it was fucking, and they'll tell you, see, remands are almost worse than sentences. Because see, when you've got a sentence, you know when you're out, you can plan for it, you can go, right, I'm out such and such a date. There's an acceptance there where you can go, I'm going to miss this portion of my life, miss portion of my freedom, but I've got a light at the end of the tunnel. With remand, there's not really a light at the end of the tunnel because 1 minute you think to yourself, oh, fuck it, I'll get a result, man, I'll be out in no time. Then the next minute you're thinking, I'm going to get fucking hammered here, I'm going to be in here for a few years. And the thing is, you don't know, because the judge hasn't made their decision. You don't find out until you find out, which is a fucking bit of a ball buster. And I was lucky, I was only doing a 3-week remand, but there was cunts in remand, see, because of the COVID backlogs, cunts were doing like a year remand for like domestics and shit. It was insane. But, aye, man, it's fucking... So I just fucking sat, and as I talked about this before, I was reading a lot, I just get back into reading. And I had the creative juices flowing, but I didn't have my guitar, so I couldn't write tunes, and usually I just sit and play the guitar. So I just started writing mad raps and all that, mad rhymes. I like writing rhymes, I've always liked it. I just started doing that, then obviously that's where Don't Let the Crown Get You Down came from, and a few others. Then, it's like, as soon as you get sentenced, it gets easier, because even you're in remand, you can't really do fuck all, you're just, if you get to the gym, you get your exercise, and that's really it. Get visits, that's about it, but there's fuck all else you can really do, unless you get a pass job, which is working in the hall, fucking cleaning it, serving the food and all that. But if you don't get that, you're dubbed up most of the time. And that's how countries resort to drugs so easily. Because it's there, it's available, every cunt's got it. And especially with that spice, because it's getting sent in letters and that, so it's not as if you're kicking about having to get launches and that shit done. You can get it sent. They've clamped down a bit more now, but it was rife. The spice was rife. But because think of somebody that comes in, you've been chuffing green every day for fucking fuck knows how many years, taking whatever. Cunts are coming in with heavy addiction issues. So imagine, I've never been in the jail on a come down. I couldn't imagine doing it. But imagine how bad a come down is. You ever try to come off a green for or any sort of drug, how bad it is. Now imagine you fling being in jail into that mix. Aye, it's fucking dark, innit? So aye, you can understand how some people, they see that first sign of how they can escape their reality and they take it. But unfortunately with this spice, man, it's just a whole different ballgame, because it's just ruining cunts' minds. It's apparently it's like harder to come off than smack. The withdrawals are worse. I don't know if I've spoken about this before, but I ended up going to this thing in the recovery cafe. I used to have a mad gear problem, but I don't bother with it much now. But somebody put us down for it, and they're basically like, you go up to this room every week. It was when I was on remand. You go up to a room every week, and it's like Cisco that comes in. They're like a kind of drug kind of charity, addictions charity, should I say? And they'll come in and see people with addictions. You'll sit in a wee group, you'll fucking chat and all. It's kind of like Alcoholics Anonymous or not, NA. So you just sit in a wee circle, my name's so-and-so, this and that. But they bring in chocolate and give you crisps and juice. I'm like, I'll fucking go to that. It gets shoot the cell for an hour. So I went up and they were saying, the lassie Natalie, she was saying, she basically runs it. And she was saying how there's a guy that works with him. He's a con or an ex-con. But in and out of jail like fucking all these years, and for the past few years, been on the spice. And I think it was starting to fucking notice he'd started to have like, physical problems and that, and there was a lot of numbness in his face. So he went to the doctors, and they done some tests on him, and it was revealed that, see the receptors in your brain, so see when you take a drug, your receptors basically controls who you are, what you do, how you think and that. So when you take a drug, the receptors go kind of fucking haywire, and that's where bin out your nut comes from. So when these results have came back, fucking, it's turned out that the smoking spice for years has fucking melted the receptors in his brain. So it's heavy duty stuff. And when it started off with the spice, it started off obviously, but it was like legal cannabis. But I've never... very seldom heard of somebody having a good experience with it. Well, see cunts that have smoked green that have been sprayed with spice, they've said they felt like they weren't going to die and all that shit. It's fucked up. But I can't smoking this paper, man. It's like, it's not even like spice they're getting. It's like cunts are getting into like B&Q and buying like fly spray and alloy cleaner and fish tank cleaner and spraying letters with it. Because you think if you were to smoke these substances are like fucking toxic. Who the fuck's that? 2 seconds. A fucking charity fundraiser there. Now, remember I used to do that, man. It's funny. Why not? It's weird. British Heart Foundation. That's what it was wanting into the course. It's weird. See when I'm talking about me being in the jail just that time there. the crime I committed, fucking 2018, it was whilst I was a charity fundraiser. I was actually on my way to work when I committed the said offence. Mental, innit? I was working for a homeless charity, I know. It's like such a fucking oxymoron, innit? Mad charity fundraiser and shoplifting scandal. But aye, so the spice is not nice. So that's my advice. Stay off drugs, get your head done, and if you go to mess jails in Scotland, a lot of the screws are complete dicks. Don't get me wrong, there's some good screws, it's just the same with anything. But be prepared, man, there's some absolute cunts you can just tell. Bullied at school, best pal shagging the missus, all the greatest hits. Cunts, and they use that authority, that power. And you've got to deal with them, and it's a fact. There's no way you're getting out a sentence without dealing with these arseholes. Cunts that you just like that, you would never have the balls to say that to me in the street, and that's it. You see cunts saying it all the time. It's just their attitude. They see you as subhuman, some of them. And you're just looking at a cunt like, you're a big, fat, smelly bastard. Look at the fucking state of you. What have you gone for you? Nothing. You know what I mean? You come in here and you're fucking trying to take out your mad moods because you can get away with it. You've got the cameras. And that's what they do. See if some cunt geese starts arguing with screws and shit, man, they'll bounce in your gaff and let her fuck at you, then get you done for fucking assaulting them. They can be scumbags, man. They can be absolute rat bags. It's like, fucking see if you get an authority issue, man, off. At the end of it knows fucking what I'm talking about. So what I just try and do, I just try and avoid the cunts. If they start their shite, I just try and blank it. Because you just end up in a worse situation. Especially if you're chasing tags and shit. See if they fire on your report, you're fucked. But, it's just fucking... It's a cunt place to be, but if you end up there, there's nothing you can help to do it. So get into the gym. Hopefully by now, if any cunt does unfortunately get to jail, hopefully the gyms are back to normal. So get yourself down the gym. Get yourself a job. Because that'll make the time fly in. Because you get a routine. See, the first couple of weeks I've been in a jail's brutal. But see, once you get a routine, you're sorted after that. Because then you go what days you're getting your canteen. You'll get your fucking wee wage. You'll go, right, I've got to the gym this day, that day. Because you plan out your days, right, I've got to the gym tomorrow. Right, I'm going to get the library fucking the day. You get exercise every day. Go to exercise, meet cunts. If you get wrecked, get yourself down to wreck. Get yourself, and take any opportunity to get yourself out here. A lot of cunts go to fucking a chapel, not a Sunday, just to get out. Any opportunity you can get to get out of the Peter day, because it'll be good for you. But then, use the time wisely. Invest in yourself, man. Say to yourself, right, what do I want upon release? Do I want to be back here? No. Right, how am I going to avoid that? Right, where is my life at right now? Right, what do I want for life? Because use it, man, because it can be the best thing ever happened to me. That's like that sentence there, it's fucking done me wonders. But that's up to you to decide. You can sit and mope miserable and see the past and that. Take it for a guy that's moped the past the first time I was kind of fair. I didn't really mope as much, but see the second time I fucking made myself out to be a pure victim of it. So I just made my sentence 10 times harder. And it's all about your state of mind. Meditate. You should meditate as well. That heavy helped me in that sentence there. Just keep the head. I suggest you meditate. You should meditate anyway, but especially in there, man. It's all this is breathing. Chill, it'll relax you. So you don't need the drugs, man. Fuck the drugs. But just that's it. Just keep your nose clean. That's the main thing I can say. Just fucking be yourself. Don't be a dick and don't be a fucking bully, man, because it'll just bite you in the arse and you deserve it if you're like that. But I treat cunts with respect. If any cunt gives you shite, give them it right back. But because cunts will just, it's a lot of parasites and vultures. See, if you fucking, if you let shit fucking fly, cunts will just try and rip the piss at you, and it'll become fucking horrible. So just don't let it happen. But in my experience, it's like, especially in the cons, I don't know about the YOs and that. The YOs, it's kind of a bit more like that. It's a bit more wild. It's all just young boys. But the cons, cunts are just more interested in getting out there that. Out there nut. I said that, fucking rolled off the tongue wrong. But, so you see most cunts fighting. You see when I talk about there's cunts that get to jail, cunts that take drugs, cunts that don't. You see when you're in there's just a big group of cunts. There's a group of cunts that all take drugs, and you always see them out in exercise chasing and that, they all hang about with each other. No saying they don't talk to you that, but that's when they're chasing, they're with the cunts that are chasing and all, or the cunts that have got. But you'll meet some cunts as well. You'll meet some normal cunts. Know what I mean? It's like just cunts like yourself. I don't know what you're like, but I met cunts kind of. I'm not saying I'm fucking better than any cunt in there, but I just. Know what I mean? I just landed there through stupidity and that kind of stuff. A lot of people there as well, but a lot of people are in there through their addictions and kind of stuff like that, or trauma and that. I just through stupidity. And you meet some like-minded people. You meet some fucking best people you ever meet in a jail. Sometimes you meet a lot of wallopers, right enough, but a lot of good cunts. So why? That's it, man. Just try and make it a positive experience. Fucking get your nose clean, man. Before you know what you'll boot. That's the thing. It's like you always boot. They can lock the locks, but they can't stop the clocks. But that's what today, man. Take it for me. Take it for a guy who's done it. So all in my life, I've done 4.5 years in the jail. All in, that added up. It was 50 month, so it was 4 year 2 month until that sentence there. It was bang on 50 month, and I wore that like a fucking badge of honour. Because obviously my nickname's 50. And it was like, ever seen that film with Number 23 with Jim Carrey with the number 4 in my boot? That's kind of what it was like. I was like, no way. I remember when I actually counted up. I think it was in bar at the time, and I'd counted up, see how I was in bed, like, and I just shot up like, no way. But aye, that get fucked there, so it means fuck all. But no, I'm happy to cap it at that. Yes, it's a waste of your life. There's no pride in it. Nobody's fucking, you think to yourself, when I was younger, I used to think, fucking don't have that of time in the jail, as if it was something. They couldn't gives a fuck. And see, the longer you're away, mate, the longer cunts forget about you. You just end up a cunt that's been in a jail and you came out. But if you came out with a bit of build about you, no cunt cares. I mean, it's good obviously if you come out and you're fucking doing well and you're fucking ripping and that, but in a jail, you just build it up in your head, man, as if like, fucking every cunt's taught about you being in a jail and all. It's like a pure it's a talking point. See, if you do something, it's a talking point for about a couple of weeks, then maybe when you get sentenced. But that's it. After that, you're forgotten about. You're just a cunt that's away in the jail. There's no pride to be warding it, so don't think it's a fucking badge of honour, because it's fucking no. You'll see when you go in there, it's fucking, the jail's just full of cunts that get caught. Simple as that. The jail is just full of cunts that get captured, that committed a crime and get caught. Obviously a small percentage probably didn't do it, but it's just all cunts that get caught. And as they say, if you can't be good, then be good at it. I'll leave you with that, people. Like, subscribe, and don't get wide. Catchies!
Premeditated pattern.